If anyone thinks I've dropped the whole Belphegor in Kiowa theory, I sincerely apologize for how little you know me. This ship is far from sunk. I've already made videos thoroughly detailing my case, so I would highly encourage you to watch them. They are in the must-watch playlist. This is one of my personal favorite theories, as well as one of the longest running theories on this channel. Just to lay the groundwork, we have Dante and now Morris with gravity magic. However, in Dante's character profile, it has a question mark directly alluding to the fact that gravity magic is not what he's using, but can be described in this way. I've sorted this out to be Vril, which is the magic dark elves and even dwarves have been stated to use in lore. This magic had both healing properties as well as highly destructive properties, so watch that video for more. But gravity magic, from who we are supposed to believe is the Lucifer. Gravity and Lucifer just doesn't sit right with me for a lot of reasons. I remember looking into Dante's Inferno and there being a small part of it describing the particular properties of gravity in the final circle of hell. However, this was not attributed to Satan himself, but just that particular layer. While there is a connection there, I find it hard to believe that Tabata would stick the ultimate devil with gravity, when even gravity relies on bigger universal elements to exist. There have also been connections relating to gravity magic and Lucifero to the circumstance of Satan's fall from heaven. And while I'm not opposed to the idea, I think it's still pretty shallow for a writer like Tabata. In Crowley's Clipot, he speaks of two beasts corresponding to the number 666. This number is commonly known as the Antichrist and commonly mistaken for Lucifer. Most don't know that the Antichrist is not necessarily Satan, but instead corresponds to Tigirian, where Belphegor and the twin Kiowa reside. I've detailed this clip on my Draconian Path playlist, but here's the gist of it. The Clipot of Tigirian is at the very center of the Clipot and is connected to every sphere within it. Lyra perfectly suits his position as the light side of Tigirian, also known as Tiferet. His paint magic can mimic any attribute as long as his imagination drives him there, but this is the conceptual nature of the Sephiroth. Take that concept and flip it. Where we find concepts on the Tree of Life, we find hard physical laws in the Clipot, just like we are seeing with these devils now. Each Clipot corresponds to a specific celestial body. Tigirian corresponds to the Black Sun. I've said this many times before, but the Sephiroth details many things, and a heliocentric model of the immediate galaxy is one of them. It's not new news that the movement of the planets in our galaxy is mostly due to the gravity of our sun. This is a big reason as to why I ascribe Dante and Morris's devil to Belphegor and Kiowa. On to another reason I believe their devils are Belphegor and or Kiowa is due to the fact that we see first in Dante, the symbol on his chest become very similar to that of the symbol of the Shadow Palace, which is the symbol of the Black Sun, again corresponding directly to Tigirian. Then we have Morris, who has a strange connection to the devil where instead of any symbols or tail, he has a wide mouth on his head. This immediately struck me as odd, as this trait has really never been attributed to Lucifer. However, it has been attributed to Belphegor. Belphegor's very name signifies an opening, as Phegor translates to crevice or split, which we do see in Dante's lesser form. But Phegor also translates to mouth, which we clearly see on Morris's head. Belphegor is also known to be a shapeshifter who can go from a beautiful naked woman to a demon with many horns and wings with sharp teeth, as we see here clearly. Another fun fact about Belphegor is that he enjoyed making odd creations and found science fascinating. This was before and after his fall. Pretty odd that we see Morris, a scientist, make something as odd as he did. The priests that worship Belphegor were said to partake in the flesh of human sacrifices, and here we see Dante with body magic and Morris seemingly taking in some attributes of it to be able to host it. I would like to add another fact that lends into some literary devices I feel Tabata is striving for. Almost a year ago, we talked about Tigirian being the realm that corresponds to Tiferet. Tiferet is the Sephira of beauty, and Tigirian is the dark reflection of this, which is beauty that is hidden. I later pushed this in my Draconian Path video of Belphegor, where Dante's inner vision of beauty is rather grotesque and warped as it should be. Tigirian is also responsible for illumination from within, but blocked without. This means it allows for the inner light of man to shine, but never actually surface, thus concealing beauty. We see this in its most physical form when Dante reaches 100% access potential. Moving on to Morris, you have a man who's literally blind, which means almost anything you can first show him will be beautiful. While this is not beauty directly hidden, this is beauty omitted. While Dante is not blind, he's unable to see the beauty in mankind as it stands, while Morris is blind, but finds light through darkness and makes his first experiences with sight related to beauty incarnate. Lastly, the realm of Tiferet and Tigirian are supposed to be an almost watered-down reflection of what the supreme being on both trees are. This is due to the fact that neither Keter or the Thaumael can be represented in the physical realm via normal means and is instead reflected through Dot. In the end, I do not believe either of these two have had Lucifero at any point in this series and still have every reason to believe Belphegor and or Kiowa are behind this. Before I go, let me leave you with this. Crowley is specific in the capacity in which the twin beasts operate in. One beast is the Antichrist, while the other is a false prophet. In other words, a false messenger. And we see Morris describe himself as but a messenger of Lucifero. And this could be a bigger hint into everything stated here, but in the next video, I do feel compelled to briefly go over what demons we should be expecting, as it seems that most people are still not understanding what the inner workings of the Dark Tree look like, as Lucifugro Focal is the first messenger of Lucifer himself. Stay tuned, and thank you for listening in. I'll see you all in the next video. This has been Jack Oates to Go. You either know or you don't.
I ain't feeling nothing cause I'm numbed out. Bounce. I ain't feeling nothing cause I'm numbed out. Bounce. I ain't feeling nothing cause I'm numbed out. Bounce. I ain't feeling nothing cause I'm numbed out. Bounce. I ain't feeling nothing cause I'm numbed out. Bounce. I ain't feeling nothing cause I'm numbed out. Bounce. I ain't feeling nothing cause I'm numbed out. Bounce. I ain't feeling nothing cause I'm numbed out. Pull up, say what's the deal, bruh? See how I lose my cool any second if they don't hear us. Many people will fear us. Say when you look in the mirror, don't you compare us to anything, they get embarrassed. Ha, ha, woo. So many people be talking like they want the problems or something. I noticed that all of you polish and all of you people get punished. It's hard to keep food on your stomach, to all of the hustle keep running. That's hard to stay humble with nothing. We're off of the jungle, we're bugging. So let me come down all of a sudden. I told you that we keep it buzzing. Ha, woo. I ain't feeling nothing cause I'm numbed out. Bounce. I ain't feeling nothing cause I'm numbed out. Bounce. I ain't feeling nothing cause I'm numbed out. Bounce. I ain't feeling nothing cause I'm numbed out. Bounce. I ain't feeling nothing cause I'm numbed out. Bounce. I ain't feeling nothing cause I'm numbed out.